crowd. Some of the people perhaps haven't arrived here as yet, but really a wonderful turnout of a representative Chicago Cub baseball crowd. All they want to do now is watch the Cubs beat the New York Mets. There's no doubt about that. The Mets made their first appearance of the year yesterday, and for the 8th consecutive year, they won their season's opener. But ordinarily, after winning the first game of the year, the Mets have trouble from there on in. So they stand 1-0, while the Cubs are even up at 1-1. Here they're still landing here at Wrigley Field. Hey, he did it without falling. We'll be back now with the starting lineups following these messages. Caray back at Wrigley Field. The field ceremonies are rapidly reaching a state of conclusion here. The Golden Knights got a big roar from this crowd. The 1982 home season of the Chicago Cubs is about ready to get underway. Jack Brickhouse is down on the field. Let's pick him up right here.
What are the parachutists supposed to give us?
Jack Brickhouse with Lee Elia, the manager of the Chicago Cubs.
The Golden Knights, the state of Illinois, the American
There you see
flag,
Dallas Green, the general manager,
flag,
just behind Lee Elia, number 4.
The flag of Chicago.
The sky's overcast, a little bit on the cool side, but there will be baseball. And that's the best news of the day. And I just want to give homage, credit, tribute to some 200 guys that worked all night long to sweep the snow off this diamond so that we could say there will be baseball.
Which is being given us by the Golden Knights.
The Golden Knights making a presentation. And once again, Jack Brickhouse.
Here it is. On the occasion of the 1982 baseball season in Wrigley Field, we wish to recognize the outstanding contributions that Dallas Green and Lee Elia have made to the Chicago Cubs. Their enthusiasm, dedication, and hard work have already shown Cub fans that the new tradition is a winning one. We look forward to that day in the not-too-distant future when another National League pennant flies above the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. This is a scroll that was delivered from the sky by the Golden Knights. Thank you very much.
All right, here are the lineups for today's game. For the New York Mets, who are managed by George Bamberger, it will be Mookie Wilson. Wilson in center field. Beckman, Wally Beckman, will play second base. Foster, George Foster, will be in left field. Dave Kingman in the cleanup spot playing first base. Ellie Valentine in right field hitting fifth. The catcher batting sixth will be Stearns, John Stearns. At third base, batting seventh, Brooks, Hubie Brooks. At shortstop, a rookie, Ron Gardenhire, batting eighth. And the pitcher, hard-throwing right-hander, 27 years old, Mike Scott. Here is young Adam Pelty. With his dad, Lee Pelty, will be the PA announcer. And now we have a young lady from Annie. Let's listen to her.
When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun'll come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang until tomorrow.
Coombs from Annie's singing tomorrow. And up on the board, they flashed a get well message to Jim Brady, who was scheduled to throw out the first pitch here today, but was unable to do so. The Chicago Cubs lineup today is Bump Wills. Wills at second base, leading off. Boa, Larry Boa is the shortstop. Bill Buckner at first base. Leon Durham batting fourth in right field. Keith Moreland, the catcher. Steve Henderson in left field. Ryan Sandbergen at third base. Ty Waller in center field. And Fergie Jenkins will be the pitcher. The umpires will be Bruce Fremming behind the plate, Jim Quick at first base, John Kibler at second base, and Dick Stello at third base. Now Joe Macko, who is associated with the Texas Rangers organization as the clubhouse manager, and whose son was a player for the Chicago Cubs before being called to that great Valhalla of sports upstairs at the tender age of 27. Joe Macko throwing out the first ball. There's Andy McKenna right behind him. Little Christine Coombs is there. And this will be the last ceremonial act of this opening day of the season before we get into baseball. Joe Macko's thrown out the first ball. Keith Moreland returns it to him. The crowd on its feet. This is Wrigley Field, 1982, and already you see so many marvelous changes. I know the field cannot be as good. Hey, Milo, I didn't see you get up here. The field cannot be quite in as good a condition as it appears, but boy, it certainly looks marvelous. And again, I reiterate, the guys who worked on this field certainly deserve all the credit in the world. Some 200 of them spent the whole night and the whole morning sweeping and carrying snow off the green, as it were.
This crowd, too, Harry, they're ready for it. They know there's a little nip in the air, but they're ready for it. They've waited all winter now to see what's going on with this ball club, and they want to take a look at it firsthand.
We're about ready. I think Lee Pelty is scheduled to sing the national anthem. His son, Adam, who's a fine little actor in his own right, I believe is going to be singing along with him. Jack Rickhouse, for so many years, the voice of the Cubs, now an executive both with the Chicago Cubs organization and the Tribune Company, which of course means also WGN television and radio. Here's how this field looked about 9 o'clock this morning. Arnie Harris, our executive director and producer. Come on, Arnie, you weren't here at 9 o'clock this morning, were you? But that'll give you an idea, the yeoman work of these people who got this field in shape.
And not only getting the field so the players could get out there and have some semblance of a place to play, but the stands here yesterday were full of snow. They hauled snow out of here. I'm telling you, the trucks that came in here and took it out so that the fans could walk in these aisles and have a place to put their feet.
Boy, what a great picture, Arnie. Congratulations for thinking of it. Boy, the contrast between that wheelbarrow and that snow and what we have as the four umpires stand around home plate is really something to note. Here's George Bamberger, the manager now of the New York Mets, coming out. The four umpires are there, and here is Lee Ilya walking up to home plate for the first time as manager of the Cubs at Wrigley Field, that is. the official batting orders being exchanged. All these managers are so friendly with the umpires before the game, and it takes about one inning to be played before the whole temperament changes. The Mets will be here tomorrow afternoon, and the weatherman says it'll be much warmer even then. Also Sunday afternoon and Monday afternoon. And then the St. Louis Cardinals Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoon. Looks like the spirit of 76 on there. Arnie, did you come up with these uniforms? All right, the ground rules being discussed. Fergie Jenkins has finished his warm-up pitches, so has Mike Scott. It's more important, more pertinent to mention Fergie Jenkins because he's going to have to face him first, and I hope he'll be ready.
And I don't care if he is an elder statesman when you talk about baseball players. Coming back in here, remembering all those marvelous years that he had, and knowing how much is counted upon him here to come back and lead this pitching staff and the fans who just swarmed over him every time he made an appearance this winter. When he walks to that mound here again today, Harry, it'll be a little resemblance of that first time he ever walked out there, because little added duty. First time he came in this park, he was a reliever. Then came the great starting years. But now today, well, they're looking to him.
He only needs 36 more victories to reach the coveted 300, and only 38 strikeouts to get to the 3,000 career mark in strikeout, which is quite an accomplishment for any pitcher. The crowd, there's some empty seats. Here go the Cubs onto the field. And the 1982 baseball season is about to start at Wrigley Field. First, our national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And so with Christine Coombs singing our national anthem, I thought Lee Pelty was scheduled to do it, but I guess Lee is busy with his new duties as the public address announcer here at Wrigley Field. There's a good shot from the fifth camera that's being employed by executive director producer Arnie Harris. You'll get a lot of shots from field level. All right, have a great year, Milo.
All right, let's go get him.
Hold them in the first inning, and Bump Wills will lead off the Cub half maybe with an extra base hit, and will be out in front early. There you see Fergie Jenkins. He's gone through this many, many times, but as any ball player will tell you, the butterflies are always there on opening day. And this, of course, is the Cubs' second opener. The first one was in Cincinnati, and the Cubs won 3-2. Now we're opening in Chicago. There you see the lineup again defensively. In left field, Steve Henderson. In center field, Ty Waller with an E. In right field, Leon Durham. Ryan Sandberg at third. Larry Bowa at short. Bump Wills at second. Bill Buckner at first. Fergie Jenkins, the pitcher. Keith Moreland, the catcher. We've given you the umpires. Bruce Fleming behind the plate. Jim Quick at first. John Kibler at second. And Dick Stello at third. All right, you wonderful fans, wherever you might be, have a great year. Many more telecasts of Chicago Cubs baseball. 151 more after today. So you'll either be throwing brickbats at us during the course of the year, or we will have become friends of you and your family. Leading it off, Mookie Wilson. Last year he hit 271. 26-year-old center fielder who can fly. Mookie. The Mets broke in with a victory yesterday. Wilson had 2 out of 4 leading on. First pitch fastball inside. He's shortened up as if he were the bunt. Jack Rosenberg sitting here to my left. How many years have you been here in this booth? 28. Slider a little bit low and inside. Fergie Jenkins. Mookie Wilson can fly. Hey, had a cut and he missed. He threw the fastball right by him. How in the world do you think you get a name like Mookie?
Got it from his grandmother.
Well, that's as good a reason as any.
Couldn't say milk.
Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Mookie.
And until their PR assistant comes up with a better one, that's it.
3 balls and a strike. Swings and a high pop fly on the infield. Boa should make the count. 1 away. Listen to the roar of the crowd. Boy, we talked about the adrenaline of the ball players. Don't you think for a minute it isn't felt also by the people in the stand. And you'll be able to determine that for yourself with the registering of every out. 1 gone. Here is Wally Backman. Strike. You know what Mookie Wilson's given names were? William Hayward. Hey, had a cut. Boy, he was way out in front on that. Fergie Jenkins changed speeds beautifully. Big Frank Howard coaching at third base. A little pop fly, Larry Bowa on the run. 2 gone. 2 up, 2 down, both pop flies to Larry Bowa. You know, when I say Frank Howard, a big guy, I mean 6'8", 315 pounds. Here's George Foster. Arnie's going to get a shot at Frank Howard coaching third base. There he is. Like my old partner, may he his soul rest in peace, in that Valhalla Sports, Gabby Street used to say about guys like Frank Howard, too big to be a man and not quite big enough to be a horse. George Foster takes low. Here's a guy in a half season last year, Milo. 22 homers and 90 RBI.
Well, he can carry a club on certain days.
There's a good fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Boy, Fergie can feel that everybody in this ballpark is with him, except the Mets. had it cut. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. Top of the first inning, a cold day here in Chicago, but it could be worse. 2-2 delivery. Hey, struck him out. And a way to go. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. We go into the bottom of the first. No score. Caray back at Wrigley Field, and this is Jack Brickhouses, if you didn't know. How does it feel to be an executive and not a broadcaster today?
Well, it feels a little bit strange, Harry. It naturally figured to be. However, there's so much excitement, so many things going on, and the day is so full that we don't have time to think about things like that. It's just, let's get at it. Let's win this ball game. Let's have a great year. Good luck to you and Milo.
Thank you so much.
All right, buddy.
Jack Brickhouse, and we're ready now to play baseball in the bottom half of the first inning. And I would imagine that Bump Wills is going to get a great hand from this crowd. He has had a marvelous start with 5 out of 8. That's hitting over 600. John Stearns behind the plate as the catcher. And he does get a great hand. Bump Wills leading it off. Now score bottom of the first inning. The skies are gray, but we are playing baseball. The first pitch by Scott is a little bit inside. Mike Scott, a right-hander, stands 6'3", 27 years old. Ball 2 inside and high. And boy, if Bump Wills gets on, get ready to watch him run. He likes to steal. There's a strike. Boy, that was a good pitcher's strike right at the knee. 2 balls and a strike. Strike 2, and that evens the count. So Bump Wills has taken 4 pitches, 2 good ones, 2 bad ones. Good look at Mike Scott. Hey, struck him out a high fastball. 1 away. Hey, this Scott can bring it to you.
I tell you, they've liked him for a couple of years. It's like a couple of young pitchers we have on our club, like a Knowles and a Larson. You just hope that they'll blossom, and that's the exact role they're looking to this fellow for.
Here's Larry Boa, 1 out of 7 for the first 2 games. Hits a ground ball to the first baseman. Kingman has it. The pitcher covers for the out. That didn't take long. From Kingman to the pitcher Scott. They hear from Dixon, Illinois. Speaking of Dixon, Illinois, Alan Dixon, the United States Senator from Illinois, was scheduled to be on hand today, but the weather changed his plans. I imagine that's true of a lot of people. Here's Bill Buckner, 4 out of 9 for the young season. Not quite 500. 2 out, nobody on. The Mets, a much improved team. The Cubs, a much improved team. The slider is inside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out, and nobody on. You can't beat fun at the old ballpark, friends. Come on out tomorrow. Ought to be a beautiful day. Good fastball for a strike off. They got a part of the scoreboard now transmits messages. That looks pretty good. Bounced it foul. 2 strikes and a ball. Look what they're giving me. Where's my net? I'm going to have to get my lawyer to call Einhorn and Reinsdorf to get my net out of Comiskey Park. 2 strikes and a ball. That evens the count 2-2. Well, who's going to get the first home run?
Durham.
Durham. I can't argue with it.
double reason. Some high school will get 500.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Popped it up on the infield, and here comes UB Brooks. The third baseman is there, and he makes the catch. So the Cubs, like the Mets, are down in order, 1-2-3, nothing across. At the end of 1, both teams have with the little boy shot. Caray and Milo Hamlin are back at Wrigley Field. Hey, that's where I want to broadcast a game from one day. The house across the street. And a crowd over there. Here's Dave Kingman. That explains the reaction you're hearing down on the field and in the stand. The first pitch. Swung down, he missed. Kingman, who had 22 homers last year, 59 RBIs, hit .221. Boy, across the street, it looks like they got a television set up on the roof, a bar. Here's a pitch popped up. Who's going to get it? Moreland's got room, and he makes the catch. Did you see the look he took to make sure he had room? Might be able to see it on the replay. Now watch him when he takes his eye off the ball. See that? Right there. Now he knows where he is and proceeds to make the play. 4 in a row retired by Jenkins. 1 out. Here is Ellie Valentine. Used to be with Montreal. First pitch pops it up. Larry Boa in foul territory. He's got it. Yeah, that's a funny thing, Milo. Ordinarily, when Fergie's got it, he makes you hit the ball on the ground. Today, they've been 5 outs, and 4 of them are in the air, and the other one was a strikeout.
And Boa, who was busy in the opener on the road at Cincy with a lot of ground balls, he's busy today. What's he had? 3 pop-ups already?
He's showing his versatility. Catch them all on the ground, catch them all in the air. Here's John Stearns, the catcher. He's hitting .271, or did hit .271 last year. Good hitter, good catcher. First pitch low. This is the only game in the major leagues this afternoon. Curve a little bit low. Ferguson Jenkins. 38-year-old right-hander. There's a good look from our center field camera. All 3. 3 balls, no strikes, and Stearns trying to become the first base runner. They might turn him loose here. There's no particular wind advantage. It's 34 degrees. The wind's out of the west at 7 miles an hour. 3-0 fifth. Ball 4. He walked him on 4 pitches. That'll bring up the third baseman, Hubie Brooks. 25 years old, had a great season last year, batting .307. Brooks, in the opening game of the season for the Mets yesterday, was hitless. You're watching Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN Channel 9 Chicago. Look out, curveball inside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out, a runner at first. No score. Greetings to Barney Sterling, who's now convalescing at Wesley Pavilion Hospital. Barney, the great Cubs photographer. Also convalescing at that hospital, my good friend Butch McGuire. There goes a runner. Strike call to Peg. He is safe for the stolen base. Stearns, the catcher, stole second. Watch it again. He hasn't had a great jump because Moreland's throw is pretty good, a little high. And now the Mets have a man in scoring position. Hey, had a cut. Well, that's the way the Cubs have been playing. Get on base and steal. Now the Mets do the same thing.
Stearns might be back in a situation where he was a couple of years ago as a catcher in '78. He stole 25 bases.
Here's a pitch low. Boy, I tell you, you can count your blessings when you have a catcher who can run. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out.
Because many times the reason he's back there in the first place is because he can't run.
Right. So often they start out being able to run, but the constant squatting takes all the run out of their legs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch. QB Brooks. High, pop foul. Will it stay in play? I don't believe so. It's atop the Mets dugout and into the stand.
You got a good look there with Buckner going over of how treacherous is down in front of those dugouts. It may look dry, but boy, it is like a sponge down there.
Ah, that's what I like to see. A youngster like that get the ball. Because he'll take it home and play with it. And a major league star of the future could be born. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Old guys like Jack Rosenberg and Milo have put it on the shelf. Whoa, hit by a pitch ball. QB Brooks hit by a pitch ball. Watch it again.
Look at that ball sail up and in on him. You know, the first pitch to him, he almost hit him. So obviously he's trying to really work him tight, but that ball just got away. He just kept riding in.
Here's Rod Gardenhire, had 1 out of 3 in their opener yesterday. A rookie shortstop, just 24 years old. Little guy getting set. Runners at first and second, 2 out. The outfield playing shallow. The pitch is low, ball 1. Good well wishes to Patty Weber, recovering from knee surgery at Northwest Memorial Hospital. There you see Stearns at second, and that was QB Brooks at first. They got pretty good speed, but they're 2 out. There's a pitch low, ball 2. The outfield doesn't play Gardenhire to pull. They expect him to hit towards the opposite field. Only Steve Henderson in left field is reasonably deep. 2 balls, no strikes. He'll be swinging. He chokes the bat up. Ball 3. The runners are going to advance. And now they have runners at second and third. Boy, Ferguson Jenkins with a rare lapse of control. Watch this. Into the dirt. So now let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to walk Gardenhire intentionally to get to the pitcher? Ball 3, no strike. Runners at second and third, 2 out. A little unrest through the crowd as Ferguson Jenkins in trouble. Strike at the knee. 3 balls and a strike.
Almost like he lost his rhythm or something, because he was sailing through 5 hitters, and then all of a sudden, especially on the wild pitch, he just actually overthrew the ball.
Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And there goes Keith Moreland out. I think Ferguson Jenkins was really upset on that call. And now the pitcher, Mike Scott, comes out.
Number 30, the pitcher, Mike Scott.
Scott taking a look at the third base coach, Frank Howard, who managed San Diego last year, you know. Jenkins pitch. Strike, out away, go get him. 1 strike to nothing.
There are times in a ball game when you've got to go out and do it yourself, and I'd say Fergie, this is one of those spots. He's got to go right after this guy.
The delivery. Swung, and he missed. Strike 2. Boy, he had 5 men in a row retired. 2 out, nobody on in this inning. When Stearns walked, he hit Brooks with a pitch ball and walked Gardenhire. 2 strikes and nothing. Hey, struck him out. Strikeout number 2. No run, no hits, no errors. 3 left. We go into the bottom of the second. No score. And Milo Hamilton as we go in the bottom of the second, no score. Leon Durham's going to lead it off here. And should he connect, it'll be Lindblom High School. Sports fund, which will be enriched by $500. Every time he hits a homer at Wrigley Field, one of the area's high schools will benefit. Here's Durham. He's 2 out of 8 for the young season. Crowd alive. 34 degrees, but baseball in Chicago. Look out, a slider inside. Stearns have a little troubles. Had his spikes caught in the ground. 1 ball, no strikes. He swings and he fouls it off. That evens it up at a ball and a strike. The crowd alive, as you can hear. Line drive center field, but it's going to be caught. Durham line hard to Mookie Wilson. 4 in a row retired by Mike Scott. 1 out. Here's Keith Moreland. He's 3 out of 8 for the young season.
Number 6, the catcher, Keith Moreland.
Moreland with 1 out and nobody on. Fastball inside and high. A little bit low. Ball 2. 1 man out. There you get a good look at Mike Scott. Young right-hander. Strike up the knees.
You know, when you go to Montreal or they come here, their pitchers almost all look alike. They're about 6'3", 6'4", 180. This guy could fit right into that mold. He has good size for a pitcher.
Here's the pitch, foul back. Souvenir for somebody in the lower deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There, youngster got the ball, had a glove, and that's what he brought his glove out here to do. The pitch. High, pop foul, another souvenir. Into the upper deck this time, and a kid without a baseball glove, but with warm-up gloves, fumbled it. Line drive, right field, base hit for Moreland. Boy,
you ever saw a guy hit the way you're supposed to, he anticipates, look where it is, goes right out there. If he tries to pull that ball even a little bit, it's an easy roller to somebody. He just went right out there with it. Boy, he uses the whole field. And Henderson now with a man on.
And Steve Henderson's hitting .500 for the young season. He's had 1 run batted in. He's 3 out of 6. 1 out, 1 on. No score, bottom of the second, a big crowd, a cold day. But we are playing baseball. And boy, about this time yesterday, you'd have bet against it.
Well, we have Tom Skilling to thank for his new forecast. He got the snow out of here.
Here's a pitch swung off ground ball, making a double play. Out at second, out at first. That ball was hit sharply right back to the pitcher who started the double play. Watch the shortstop in the middle. Ball really hit hard. That's tough luck there.
Scott knew he had a lot of time. Didn't hurry it. Easy double play.
Gordon Heyer made the play perfectly. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 2, no score. Caray and Milo Hamilton were back at Wrigley Field going into the top of the 3rd, and here the second time around the batting order, Mookie Wilson, the leadoff man, base hit on the first pitch. Wilson singles the center. Waller fumbles the ball for a moment as he slipped, but Wilson held at first base. Well, we got the jinx, the hex off the back of the Cubs now. Billy Goat was here today. Sam Sienna's who would put the jinx on the Cubs because they would not allow him to bring the GOAT in the 1945 World Series. Well, let's see if it makes any difference. Wally Backman, the second baseman, will be the batter. Mookie Wilson led off with a line single to center. Wilson had 2 out of 4 yesterday. He's 3 out of 5. Backman popped up his first time. Fergie Jenkins getting ready. There goes the runner. They're not going anywhere. He stopped after making a start for second. Apparently didn't get the jump that he wanted and turned around and came back. Moreland got his arm cocked to throw, and then he realized that Wilson was going back to first base. He's going to bunt, pitch outside. Fergie struggling a little bit with his control. A gray, overcast, chilly day. An overcoat-clad crowd. There goes the runner, swung, a high fly ball. Deep center field, going to be caught. Waller has it. Hey, that ball was in a pretty good piece. And Wilson has to return, one away.
And you got a little indicator there, too, when Ty tried to stop to get his footing, slipped a little bit. Could be an element that'll enter into this game later on.
Watch this jump by Mookie Wilson. Look at that, man. He's off and flying. But fortunately, Backman flied out. One away. Here's George Foster, struck out his first time up. Breaking ball, low and away. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll be Doug Bird trying for his second victory of the year against Pat Zachary.
We owe Zachary one. A year ago today, shut us out here.
1 ball, no strikes. George Foster. This guy's supposed to be making $2 million a year. There's the fake again by Mookie Wilson. Doesn't go. Ball 2.
Even if that's only an estimate, it's impressive.
He was supposed to have gotten $1 million out in front to sign the contract. Well, they kick those millions around like nothing.
What about $1 million loan for no interest?
That ain't too shabby. You can put that in the money market and get the $1 million to pay back the loan in a moment. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, 1 on, no score. There goes a runner. There's a peg. He's got it stolen. Moreland threw the devil out of that ball, but Mookie Wilson had a great jump.
Yeah, nothing a catcher can do about that.
Watch this again. Look at that jump. And Moreland's throw is a beauty. Right there. But there's no way. He's already in there. Ball low, ball 3.
Fergie's searching for some spots here now.
3 balls and a strike. You know George Wilson will be swinging if the pitch is good. He's not up there to get any base on balls. Told you. They didn't pay him that $1 million a year to walk. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
All part of that, too, the battle for headlines in New York with the Yankees.
All right, let's see what happens now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Great Cub fan, 75 years old today, Isaac Smile. His daughter, Sarah Davis, sends up the information with Travis Davis. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball to third. Sandberg holds a runner at second. Throws to first. In time for the out. Throws a little wide, but Buckner did a good Fred Astaire with his feet on that one. 2 gone, and here's Kingman. listen to the crowd. Now that's when you're a star, when you can get that kind of reaction.
And it wasn't too long ago when they cheered when he struck out here.
That's baseball. He's still cheering when he strikes out, said Arnie.
But boy, in '79, he put people in these seats. 48 homers and 115 runs batted in, and missed almost 20 games.
King Kong. 1 ball, no strikes. Fergie Jenkins, who throws a lot of home run balls, by the way.
Well, that was one of the first things he said when people asked him at the first press conference, are you going to be any different? He says, I'll still throw those home run balls.
The pitch. There's a drive, but it's foul. Into the left field corner. A ball and a strike. Hey, how is it out there on the rooftop in right center field? They got quite a group out there. A ball and a strike. Look at that. There they are.
The guy probably sold tickets.
I bet the price is right at the bar up there. A ball and a strike. Hey, did he ever make him look bad on that? Oh, boy. Whatever that pitch was, Fergie, throw it again. Look at that. Now, look where his body is. A little cowardice in his front foot on that one. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. He tried to stop, but he had gone around. Watch it again. Sure.
Gave him a change-up away on that second one, and look at that sinker.
Look at that. He tries to stop, and he's too far. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 1 left. We go into the bottom of the 3rd, no score.
This year's official Cubs News Media Guide is now available by mail. Send $4, check or money, to News Media Guide, Post Office Box 25157, Chicago 60625.
Harry Caray back at Wrigley Field. We go into the bottom of the 3rd inning with no score. Ryan Sandberg fouls off the first pitch. Sandberg is 0 for 6 and has fanned 3 of those 6 times. I'd like to see this kid get a couple of hits to keep from having the pressure on him. The pitch, and he fouled it off. 2 strikes and nothing. Everybody presses for that first hit. I don't care whether you're a new guy in the lineup or an old guy in the lineup. Until you get that first hit, you're pressing. 2 strikes and nothing. Nobody on, nobody out. Mike Scott. Big, strong right-hander, delivers. High fastball. 2 strikes and a ball. The Mets nothing, the Cubs nothing at Wrigley Field. Line but foul outside first base. Now that's where he likes to hit the ball, into that field, the opposite field. And Stearns goes out to talk to Mike Scott. Apparently he wanted him to keep the ball in on Sandberg. Scott looks like he'd make a good rebounder, Milo. They list him at 6'3". He looks like about 7'3". A lot of great high school and college basketball stars around, huh?
Well, tomorrow night at the Horizon, we've got a game for them, that high school all-star game. What's this?
Easy roller to the second baseman, and Sandberg still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 7.
City and Suburban Stars will clash tomorrow night at 6, and we'll have it for you on Channel 9.
Here's Ty Waller, spell it with an E. Waller 1 out of 7 for the young season. 1 out, nobody on. No score. Scott against Jenkins. Jenkins 38, Scott 27. Waller takes it low. Bruce Fleming, the plate umpire. Jim Quick at first, John Kibler at second, Dick Stello at third. Little high, ball 2. You can't beat fun at the old ballpark. Yes, sir, another baseball season is here. 2 balls, no strikes. Ball 3. Fergie Jenkins on deck. 3 balls, no strikes on the right-hand hitter. Gordy McKenzie coaching at first base. Ball 4. Gordy McKenzie coaching at third base. John Vukovich at first base. Waller has drawn a base on balls. That's only the second base runner for the Cubs. The other one was erased in a double play. Fergie Jenkins getting a fine hand from the crowd. Fergie probably will be trying to advance that runner and put it up to Bump Wills to drive him home. Stearns, the catcher, getting a little mud out of his spikes. Some of the spectators just arriving a little bit late. A festive mood about this ballpark. And I imagine it's festive around the neighborhood, too. He's going to bunt, and he does. He will advance the man the only play at first base. From Kingman to Backman, a sacrifice. 3-4 if you're scoring. And here's Bump Wills now with a chance to get the Cubs out in front. Wills struck out his first time. When I said about how festive the neighborhood is, a lot of bars and taverns around the ballpark. So here's Bump Wills. High pop foul out of play. Had a good cut at a high fastball, but fouled it off.
That's the first time the fans who have sat down in those seats for a few years have ever had a ball bounce near them, because the old screen used to come right up here.
Yeah. Don't have that overhanging screen. Now the delivery. Ooh, he had a good rip, but he fouled it back. And now he's in the hole. 2 strikes and nothing.
Scott hasn't been wasting anything. He's been throwing strikes. He walked Waller, but boy, and every other hitter up there, he's been right in that strike zone.
He's been very impressive indeed. 2 strikes on Bump Wills. Now the delivery. Half swing, he fouled it back. He's lucky that he stuck his bat out there. He'd have been caught out on strikes. That was a good fastball right down the middle. This Scott can throw hard. Now Wills is a good fastball hitter. He's looking at Scott for the first time, undoubtedly. He's never seen him before. Watch it now. High. Up on the board, they flashed a little message. Let's bump and run. They have a little section up there that they can transmit messages. 2 strikes and the ball. Low evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bump Wills, a good leadoff man. Mike Scott wanted that pitch, squeezes the rosin now. There's the message board up there, right below where it says hits, Cubs. They just flash 2-2 pitch. Look out, pickoff play. He's back. The shortstop Gordon Hire. Now watch Ty Waller get back there safely, easily. That's Gordon Hire taking the throw. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, a man in scoring position. Bump Wills, the hitter. Fouled it back, had a good cut again. Had a way to hang in there, Bump. And Ty Waller, big 21 on his back. I love these Cub uniforms. That's a good-looking uniform. Our first look at the home set. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out again on an off-speed curveball. Wills for the second time in a row. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. This is Harry Caray. Milo Hamill will be coming along with Lou Boudreau in just a moment. The score here at the end of 3, the Mets nothing, the Cubs nothing.
Now batting for the Mets, number 17, right fielder, Valentine.
All right, as we go to the 4th inning at Wrigley Field in Chicago in the home open for 82. Milo Hamilton along with Lou Boudreau as Ellis Valentine will step in. He'll be followed by Stearns and Brooks, Fergie Jenkins, and a youngster, Mike Scott. A veteran right-hander and a youngster, and we have no score. Good pitch.
Both pitchers on their game, Milo, aren't they?
Fergie struggled a little there for about 3 hitters.
All of a sudden, he lost control to 3 hitters.
But boy, if you ever saw a guy know, hey, I got the pitcher up there, I'm going after him, and went right after him on 3 pitches.
That was the fortunate thing about that wildness. He had it for the 6th, 7th, and 8th man, and he had the pitcher coming up.
1 ball and 1 strike. Line down the left side, and it is a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fergie hasn't worked now from the mound in a game situation for quite a while, and I was surprised the way he came out smoking. Of course, he's all keyed up as everybody else is on opening day.
A little looper down the right side, it'll drop. Bumpwell's going out to chase it to make sure that thing doesn't stick out there because it was a long way to come over for Durham. So a bloop single to right off the bat of Ellis Valentine.
The batter is number 12, catcher John.
Hit number 2 for the visiting New York Mets, who are in here for 4 games. Be here again tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. Then the Cardinals, one of the greatest rivalries in baseball, will resume here Tuesday afternoon. Good.
Yes, that'll be a great series. As with the Mets and the Cubs, continuing on, and hopefully the weatherman will permit that series to complete with 4 games in 4.
Got to give this ground crew a lot of credit, boy.
Tremendous.
What a job they did to get this place ready. John Stearns walked in the 2nd and stole a base. Ferguson Jenkins a little extra time. Valentine, big fella but runs well. Backs him off. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Stearns.
Here's a man, a catcher who can run. He's already stolen 1 base in this ball game, and he's also a good hit and run man. He's an all-around athlete so far as baseball is concerned.
And with the jockeying around they did last year with Trevino catching once in a while, Stearns has got to be happier about that deal.
Yes.
Because it moves him back into that spot. 1 ball and no strikes. That'll make it 2-0.
Fergie hasn't agreed on several calls by Froman today. Fergie's the type of pitcher that needs that plate umpire to give him the corners.
Billy Buckner and Valentine umpiring your picture there is quick. 2 balls, no strikes. Smashed foul outside 3rd. And that last shot that you saw when you looked over through Fergie over toward 1st from the end of our dugout, that's the new camera we have this year. And there it is. That's just like sitting in our dugout.
Yes, indeed. That's a very fine shot there. You can tell the pitcher taking the stretch, the lead off at the... There he goes.
Didn't have a play. Fergie knew it. Didn't rush anything. They had the runner going. It was a run and hit.
That was the hit and run and hit play that Stearns does so well. He makes contact. He went after a bad pitch that was low and outside, but he had to protect his teammate and advance him to scoring position. There's the jump, and watch Valentine leaning. He's ready to go, and there he goes. There's a lead that you can see what it means, how important it is for a pitcher to keep a man close to first base.
Yeah, and the stolen base that Wilson had in the last inning, Moreland made a good throw, but he couldn't have thrown him out with a Gatlin gun.
No, he had a tremendous jump on Fergie.
1 ball and no strikes to Eubie Brooks, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. The Mets have 2 hits. Mookie Wilson got a single in the 3rd. Valentine led off the 4th here with a single. The Cubs only hit as a single by Moreland in the 2nd inning, who showed you how he hits. Pitch way away from him. He just guided it through the right side. The sun is out. That's the cheer, and that's Might be the biggest cheer since the opening ceremony. One ball and no strikes. Valentine in scoring position at second. Brooks the batter with a 1-0 count and one down. Now I think Boa wants to have a little chat here.
Yes, Valentine has been given quite a lead at second base, and I think they switched the signs. I don't know whether Valentine was trying to relay signs to Brooks or not. But now the infielders, Buckner, for one, calling for sunglasses.
The thermometer won't show it, but the temperature just went up about 15 degrees, huh?
Yes, it did. In the hearts of everybody. Sunglasses now to 4 more Cubs. They're playing, the infield is playing Brooks straight away. Consequently, Valentine has a tremendous lead at second base, so let's not be surprised if he tries to steal third. Boa's playing Brooks in the hole at shortstop, and Wills is far over at second base. So I think Valentine, keeping an eye on big Frank Howard, wants the sign that he could attempt to steal a third. There's Boa way deep in the hole. And see, watch the runner now is there, but when he leads off, he has a tremendous lead at second base. There's our camera view from field position. Brooks is out of the batter's box, so Valentine will not move until Brooks gets set. Now he does, and you'll see the lead that Valentine takes.
All right, now everybody's ready again. High pop, shallow left. Shortstop Boa waves everybody off. He'll squeeze it, and it's 2 away. I was surprised that time. Valentine wasn't over 2 or 3 steps away from the bat.
No, he did not take his normal lead. Boa has given the youngsters on that particular play how to get under a pop-up. He was directly under that ball as if the ball was going to hit him right in the top of the head.
Here's Gardenhire, rookie shortstop, walked in the second inning. Valentine taking a look around, checking where Boa is and where Wills is, of course. 1 ball and no strikes.
Fergie will be very careful with his 8th place hitter, Gardenhire. He has the pitcher coming up next. We don't want to make a mistake here.
Ball's behind him, 2-0. And that's just what you mean when he's trying to pitch to a spot. Now, he didn't complain about either one of those calls, but when he is trying to move that ball in and out, he's pitching for a purpose, and he wants that call. Didn't get that one either.
Now, he did complain a little bit on that one. You could tell through his actions. He was surprised that it was called a ball, and now it's 3-0.
Valentine led off with a base hit. He's now at second, 2 away. High pop right side. Fergie Jenkins saying, I want Buckner to catch it. Billy Buck is there, and the side has been retired.
Going after 3-0, trying to surprise Ferguson Jenkins, hoping that he would throw a fastball. He did, but the veteran had a little extra on it.
And in the New York 4th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and Valentine was left. After 3.5, still no score at Wrigley. Larry Boa is in there, ready to lead it off in the 4th inning for the Chicago Cubs against Mike Scott.
I'd like to see us get the lead. First couple of runs in this ball game will be very important, Milo.
There's a looping liner right center. It'll drop. Boa's going to take a turn. He's looking right at it, and he's going to decide better and come back. But boy, Boa was just waiting for Valentine to maybe slip on that bad outfield.
Right.
And he was going to go if he had a chance.
Now, the ball was hit well right between Wilson and Valentine, and credit Valentine getting over there quickly and running at top speed, cutting off the ball in that soft turf and getting it back into the infield in time. Boa, look at that. Look at the turn Boa takes. That's a tremendous advantage to a runner.
If he doesn't take that big turn and he bobbles it, then he's got no place to go but back to first. If he gives him half an instant, he's gone and he's down there.
Yes.
All right, here's Bill Buckner. Popped up to the third baseman in the 1st inning. Moves the runner back. And with Lealia, you just might look to try to start manufacturing something here. You've gone into the fourth. There's no score. You've only had 2 hits. Fakes a break, doesn't go, and it is a ball.
You can see that the New York Mets have scouted the Cubs well. Stearns was ready to jump on that ball and ready to throw to second base. Buckner faked the bunt. The pitcher was ready to duck. They're all anticipating the steal by Boa.
And the crowd would like to put a little go-go in Boa. You can hear him. Moves him back. And here once again is a case of this new ingredient that the Cubs have put in their lineup.
It keeps you on your toes, doesn't it?
You bet it does. You can bet these teams now will be going over this ball club in another facet in their scouting reports when they have the meetings. Going. And
did he foul it? Wait a minute, Boa, don't leave unless the umpire.
Yeah, Stearns turned right around and asked from him, and he said yes.
He had a tremendous jump. Not as big a jump as Brooks, but when he takes off and runs hard. Doesn't look at the catcher until the shortstop sort of holds him up to prevent him from sliding.
A ball and a strike to Billy Buck. The hits belong to Boa and Moreland. Buckner's batting now with Boa at first base and nobody out. Leaning. Not going. 2 balls and a strike. Scott has been an aggressive pitcher in the early innings.
Yes, he has. He's thrown 1 curveball, and it was a great curveball with 2 strikes on Wills. All of the pitches has been sinkers or fastballs. Now keep an eye on Boa.
With the 2-1 count, Kingman holding against Boa. Yeah, they thought so too.
Yes. He drives him back. Boa will fool you with that type of a lead. Doesn't look like it's a big lead. But he did have a big lead then.
I think he was going that time.
Yes, I do too. He was just started to lean. And when Boa has to dive back to first base, you know that he was leaning towards second base.
2 balls and a strike. The only big threat, in case you're joining us a little late, was when Fergie, after 2 outs in the second, lost his control with 2 walks and a hit batsman, but struck out the pitcher to end that threat.
There's the pitch out sign. See that pitch out? That's the fist.
That's right.
They put out the fist. That's the pitch out sign. So they anticipated Boa advancing.
So Buckner this time at bat, well, they've only thrown him 4 pitches altogether. He's thrown over to first 2 or 3 times. He's had a pitch out.
Now see if we can pick up this. Now normally when a pitcher will throw over to first base, the pitch out sign is not in order. Now we'll see what Stearns gives here. He gives him the 1, and that is the fastball. So Buckner.
I'll tell you one thing. Young Mike Scott's got Boa on his mind. With the 3-1s, Boa's going. High drive. Deep right center. Going.
Gone. Kiss it goodbye. Buckner puts the Cubs out in front 2-0. His first 2 RBIs and the first Cub home run, and did you see him raise his right hand, close that fist, coming around third base. He is greeted by Boa, but wait till you take a shot of the Cubs dugout. There it is, happy dugout, and he got all of it, Milo. Watch this fastball. There goes Boa on the attempted steal. There's the hit, and it was low pitch, but he got all of it. And Valentine goes back to the wall and then just gives up on it as it goes deep into the last row in the bleachers.
Lee Feldy has been asked now by the umpires to tell the crowd not to throw snowballs onto the field, and with good reason. And as they did that, they dropped one right out by the plate umpire, and he's going to go over, and now he'll give a little warning.
There's Buckner just getting to third base. There's Boa. Two happy Cubs along with the entire bench and the fans here at Wrigley Field. But Fromming is in talking to Lee Edia, and he's on the phone. He's on the phone talking to the public address announcer, Lee Pelty. And if he gets angry, he can forfeit a ball game if these fans do not stop throwing the snowballs on the field.
And he's not known for a long fuse anyway.
No, he's not.
So Billy Buckner puts a charge in one at Chicago's Wrigley Field, and the Cubs have a 2-0 lead for Fergie Jenkins. And Leon Durham is the batter. He lined hard to center in the second inning. And I want to go back to just what we were talking about. With Boa's speed, he's got to get some credit for the home run. I don't care what you say,
right,
because that guy threw over there a jillion times. He had a pitch out, and he got Buckner a fastball with that runner going. And I'm telling you, that's another ingredient you can look for in this edition of Cubs.
Absolutely. In fact, we talked about that, Milo, how when a pitcher is worried about a base runner, he hurries his pitches. He does not get the extra fastball that he has had all during the game without anybody on base.
And it's going to get their bullpen busy. That is a strike, and it's 3-1 to the Bull. Bull hit that ball right on the button the first time up.
Yes. Lined out to the center fielder.
Bouncer, short. Gardenhire on to Kingman. Durham is out, and it's one away. Julio is the pitcher that they're going to start throwing in their bullpen.
That's Julio, P-U-L-E-O, right-handed pitcher in the bullpen for the Mets.
So with the lightning striking off the bat of Billy Buckner, Keith Moreland will be stepping in now with nobody on in front of him. 1 ball and no strikes. John Vukovic coaching at first. Gordy McKenzie at third. Part of the new cast here.
Scott seems to be still a little upset over that pitch that Buckner hit.
1-0. Deep short. Gardenhire's throw has to be a tag play. Kingman came off the bag, and Moreland may be hurt.
Yeah, Kingman's tag hit him right in the face. Unintentional now. This was unintentional. The throw from the shortstop on a given day, that would have been in the left field for a base hit. It slowed up a little bit for the shortstop, grabs it. His throw is into the runner. Watch this now. Kingman catches the ball one-handed and comes back and tags Moreland right in the jaw.
Of course, Moreland was going into a slide.
Yes,
too.
he was trying to avoid the tag, so Kingman has to bring that tag down low, and he hits Moreland right in the face, right in the jaw.
All right, let's hope that Zonk's all right. And we've got Steve Henderson, who bounced into a double play in the second inning. Now, you talk about a ball that might have been a hit, as you did on Moreland. The ball that Henderson hit for a double play ball in the second on a dry, hot day might have gone right up the middle, too.
Right.
To the 5th inning. Mike Scott will be leading it off. He was a strikeout victim with a teammate on every base the last time he was up there. Go back, and that was a big situation in this game.
Now, let's hope that those 2 runs don't go to Fergie's head. Let him bear down.
That's right.
Get a shutout.
Comes over the top with a good curveball. You know, another thing, you go back and think about a situation. Fergie had walked 2 batters, hit batsmen in a wild pitch in that inning, and the pitcher up there with the bases loaded in the first 3 pitches, he swung at 2 of them. Then he had to be looking at a couple.
Absolutely. The man is wild. Keep him wild. Don't help him out. And Scott helped us out by swinging at 1 pitch that I thought was out of the strike zone. That made the count 0-2. Then Fergie went right after him.
1 ball and 1 strike. Fergie says, hey, I don't care if you are in my union.
He's going to get a breaking pitch.
You better be on your toes here now. Sheldon Cooper's looking right over your shoulder.
Uh-oh. Has he got the earphones on?
Oh, he's taking notes, though.
Oh.
Sheldon, the president of WGN Television, our news director, Paul Davis. Didn't take Paul long to know that there was pizza up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, somebody's got to eat it. You and I don't.
No, we can't do that and work properly.
Billy Buckner's 2-run homer has Fergie Jenkins leading in the home opener at Wrigley Field. Buckner's homer came with Boa aboard, and here's the 2-2. Smash to Sandberg. Just nice, good, soft hands, that kid.
Takes the ground ball just as natural, relaxed very well on it, and that's his second assist at Wrigley Field. Milo, I have to say hello to my daughter and son-in-law, the McLeans, who watch us every day on cable.
We're down around Tampa?
Around Tampa, Florida, and our grandchildren.
Yeah, school's out. They're probably all there watching Gramps. 1 ball, no strikes on Mookie Wilson, who popped up in the first inning to the shortstop Boa. Third inning, Wilson had a base hit and promptly stole second. There's a high fly ball to right, not going to carry. Durham over, looking right up and squeeze it, and it's 2 away.
Now Fergie's has to go very, very hard and retire this man. We don't want anybody on base in front of Foster or Kingman. So this is a big out for Fergie right here.
That's right. We were in Cincy for the opener and the next game, and we talked about it, Lou. What a difference to look into their lineup and know that Foster wasn't going to. There's a bunt. Now Fergie's got to grab bare hand. Fire! Bad throw. It was right down around the knees on Bachman. See what they're going to do with a scoring ruling on that.
This is a very fine bunt by Bachman, and Fergie gets off of the mound very quickly, grabs it one-handed, but then doesn't throw to Buckner. He throws inside, makes it a very difficult play. I think if Ferguson throws to Buckner and throws a strike over there, he would have retired the hitter.
They gave it a base hit.
But you see, Bachman had the same idea we did. Only his idea was to get on base and bring the tying run to the plate.
So now Fergie Jenkins, one of the great pitchers of the last 12, 15 years, going to look at a guy who made a living driving in runs at Cincinnati for the 70s and early 80s. Foster has struck out swinging and bounced to third.
Veteran against veteran right here.
With Lou Boudreau and Harry Caray, I'm Milo Hamilton with Cubs Baseball. Looked at a change. He got him the first 2 times with changes and opens up with him on this time.
Yes, outside, keeping the ball away from him, hoping that he will not pull.
A ball.
By pulling the ball, by pulling the ball, I mean going into left field, and that's where his power is. Although he can hit one outright, but he's got to go that way. Think about it before the pitch is thrown.
A ball and a strike. Bachman at first with an infield bunt single. A high pop, shallow right center. Will's out. Durham on. Durham has the right away. Durham will make the play, and the side has been retired.
Good.
Oh, I tell you, Durham took charge on that one.
Yes.
Wills could hear him coming. Says, all right, big guy, come on, it's yours. No runs and 1 hit. No errors and a man left. We have played into the middle of the 5th inning. We're halfway through this one, and the Cubs are on top 2-0. Cubs baseball on WGN Television 9 in Chicago, America's #1 sports station. We've got baseball for you, coming to you from everywhere, with the Cubs home and away, and high school basketball all-star tomorrow night at 6. Sandberg with a bouncer to the mound. Scott will make it look easy, and it's 1 away. Now the first 2 times up, you can tell maybe Sandberg is really anxious to get that hit, Lou, because he went after the first pitch both times up.
He's starting to press right now, and if he gets we get opening day out of the way, I think you'll see a different Sandberg at the plate. He's a little nervous right now, and he's gone 0 for 8 this year.
High bounce. Waller beating it down the line, and he's in there. That's the way to hustle down that line.
That's speed.
That ball bounced about 35 feet in the air.
And I thought that Scott played this as smart as anybody. Didn't want to put the glove on the ball. Watch Scott grab this ball barehanded and fire. He's not going to take a chance of taking it out of his glove and then bringing that arm back. He did everything possible. This ball hits the top of the plate and bounces about 25, 30 feet up in the air, as Milo mentions. And Waller's speed just beats the throw. A fine play by Scott. He was a step over the bag.
Hey, Fergie Jenkins added a few folks to his fan club with his bat the last time up. He just stepped right up there, made a beautiful sacrifice.
Yeah, don't forget, in the American League, he didn't get one AB.
Wasn't he a pretty good hitter when he was here the first time?
Yes, he was.
Foul on the bunt attempt, strike one. Good kid. I know there's a fellow with your name watching us today out there in the hospital.
Yes, my brother Al. Want to wish him the best.
Hope he's getting along better today. Enjoying the Cub lead. I know he enjoys that.
Yes, he does.
Get out there tonight, say hello to him for us,
I
will you?
will.
Strike one to Fergie. Waller at first, one down. And a bunt again, and it'll drop right in front of Kingman. Has to turn, go behind him to Bachman. So another sacrifice for Fergie Jenkins.
Kingman played it safe, didn't he? He didn't want to have any gamble insofar as catching the ball. I thought he could have made a better effort in trying to catch the ball. He would have doubled up Waller at first base.
Bump Wells. 2 trips to the plate today and 2 strikeouts. And each time Scott challenged him. Oh, he's gone up there swinging, though.
Yes, he is. Scott fooled him last time with the curveball. Wilsby is definitely a fastball hitter, and he's looking for the fastball at all times.
No balls and a strike. 5th inning. The Cubs are leading 2-0. Bill Buckner's homer with Boa aboard in the 4th. The difference in this game. Now, I think Scott might have lost track of the indicator, and he wants Stearns to start over and give him the sign again.
You're absolutely right.
In a hole 0-2.
You see, sometimes a pitcher has in his mind a particular pitch, and the catcher will call for another pitch, and he gets a little confused. So to be sure, he wants him to start over.
0-2 for Wills. Gone. Worked the outside corner with a sinker, and Wills has struck out 3 times in this game. And he gave plate umpire Fromming a little touch of high life as he went by. No runs and a hit. No errors and a man left. We played through 5, and the Cubs still have their 2-0 lead. That's outside this ballpark. And inside, come right in where that ground crew made it beautiful. Look at those mittens and those hoods.
Opening day for youngsters.
Got a ball game going at Toronto, good kid.
Yes.
Vukovic for the Brewers. Baum back for Toronto.
What happened?
The Brewers hit him with a Mack truck. Well, you think that's a 6, don't you, in that inning?
Yeah.
Ogilvy had a home run with 1 on his first. Well, what we saw the Brewers in Arizona, they're going to score runs.
Next to the Cubs, the best ball club we saw.
Another greeting for Kingman. 0 for 2 in this game. Popped up to the catcher in the 2nd. 3rd inning, struck him out. I thought Fergie pitched as well to Kingman the second time up as you can pitch to him. He had
Absolutely.
Moving in and out and change-ups and breaking balls away. 1 ball and no strikes. The Cubs have out hit him 4-3, leading the score 2-0. Vallejo again. Remember, he went out there to throw when the home run was hit by Billy Buckner. Now he's up again.
I think Scott has had it, regardless if he comes to bat or not. Hopefully he don't come to bat this inning.
Bouncer 3rd. Sandberg there and got him. Another thing about Sandberg, never gets caught with his glove in a bad position.
Always catches the ball in front of him. And that's the way to do it. You cannot have that glove waiting around your knees and then go down after the ground ball. That glove has to be in front of you, and it's quicker to bring it up than to go down on the ground ball, and he does it very well.
Ellis Valentine had a little Texas League single in the 4th inning. So he's up here 1 for 2. Ferguson Jenkins pitching in the 6th. Smash. Look at
Nice
that.
play.
Right out there with that glove. Sandberg again. And it's 2 away.
There's the first time that he's had to move to show our fans that he can move quickly and still, with great soft hands, reach out and grabs that ball one-handed. The ball is hit very well. Hit hard. There's these moves to his left, and look at the time he takes. He knows the ball was hit very sharply, so he takes his time, and he still had plenty of time to retire Valentine. The kid has got baseball sense.
This is John Stearns. He walked in the second, tapped out to the mound in the fourth. 1 ball, no strikes. The Mets are batting in the 6th. They had 1 threat in the second, but Jenkins got out of that by striking out the pitcher with the bases loaded. And our count is even at 1-1. In the 4th inning, Boa led off with a single, and Buckner hit a home run deep to right center. There's a bunt up the third base side. Fergie over, bare hand, bobbled it, and throws the ball away, and Stearns alertly is going to be down to second base. The ball bounced back toward Wills, but it's very soggy down there, and that ball practically died.
Yeah, once again, watch Fergie. He lost a play right as he tried to field the ball. He bobbled it twice. Picked one-handed, then he bobbled it again, and then throws very badly to first base. Now the runner, Stearns, sees that ball go against the wall and will advance to second base. I thought Wills, had he released the ball quickly, might have had a chance to get Stearns, but he had to make a better throw than what he did.
So the throwing error charged to Fergie, and you've got a runner at second base. So that's another element of what we had talked about Stearns earlier. He can do some things with that bat. He likes to hit and run, likes to hit behind a runner. He's got the good speed, and he's just got up there with 2 out, and the old element of surprise was right there. So he's at second, 2 away, and the batter is Hubie Brooks. Hit by a pitch in the second inning, popped up to the shortstop in the 4th. Ball 1.
Now, once again, that bunt brings the tying run to the plate, and that's exactly what Stearns was trying to do. Go for a base hit, but he got on by the air.
And they scored that 1-1 when it finally came out in a whoosh. Gave him a single and then second on the error. So the hits are even at 4 apiece.
Now he may be given the green light on the 3-0 pitch. If Gardenhire was given a green light, I'm quite sure that Hubie Brooks will be given a green light.
Runner at second base with 2 down. A 3-0 count to Hubie Brooks. Ferguson Jenkins walked a couple, picked up 3 strikeouts. Oh, that looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, Fergie didn't like the call. Puts both hands on his knees and just looks in at Fromey. Boa now coming in to settle him down. Boa and Buckner, and those are the 2 guys that are really in charge out there, and they talk to their pitchers to settle them down. Forget about them. They'll be telling them to go a little harder now and get this man. This is the Staub is going to pinch hit for Gardenhire.
Here's a guy who last year, when given an opportunity to hurt the Cubs, did too, Lou.
Yes, good hitter, good pitcher. This fella's hurt the Cubs many occasions with that bat.
Here's a fellow with a long and varied career. Houston, Montreal, New York, Detroit, Montreal again, Texas, the Mets. Got almost 2,600 base hits. There's a liner out into right center. Ty Waller over. Ty is there, and the side has been retired. That ball was hit right on the schnoz. That's why he's such a good pinch hitter.
Oh, a line drive.
No runs and 1 hit. 1 error didn't hurt. A walk and 2 left. So we have played here into the middle of the 6th inning, and it's still 2-0 Cubs. To have you with us, but you wouldn't stay away no matter what the weather was, would you?
I wouldn't stay away no matter what the weather was, no matter what anything was. This is my 40th year with the Cubs. I'm going to be with them for another 40.
With the governor with us here, and Governor, I'm going to make you earn your pay right here. I want you to grab that microphone, because if you're going to talk, somebody ought to really have a chance to hear you.
All right.
There you go.
Who we got up?
Well, I'll tell you one. Where were you when Buckner hit the home run?
Sitting in my seat down there. Guest of the Tribune, jumped up, cheered, spilled my beer. But a saloon keeper from St. Charles had bought 10 of them for me, so we had them lined up, so one down was all right. There's a good crowd out here today, despite the weather, and they're good, happy fans. I think they like the hustle of the new Cubs. The Cubs have been hustling out there.
Governor, it's no secret that you're a pretty good baseball fan. Now, you've followed things. You've watched these Cubs over the years. You've seen things going on in spring training.
Aha!
Go. All right, now there's a break.
Boa sends a ground ball to the shortstop. And
Like politics, you got to get a break once in a while. It's not good enough to this to be good.
that's our break as he
Little
throws
luck
the ball
doesn't hurt.
away.
But, Governor, let me ask you. You've seen what's going on. Just as a good old fan, do you like what you're seeing?
I like what I'm seeing. I like, for example, the new third baseman, Ryan Sandberg. That kind of young hustle is what we need on the Cubs, what we need in Chicago. All right.
Yeah, the
We may
Governor
see a repeat here.
move up in front here.
We got a chance to go from 2-0 to 4-0. This guy can do it.
Boy, he's quite a favorite here, isn't he, Governor?
He sure is. Nice to see that high five at home plate. About 5 of those a game will be all right.
After the mound, now he looked him back, realized that he had time to look and still make the play. Good reaction by the young pitcher. Tom Verizor, remember they had a pinch hitter. So Verizor is their new shortstop, Lou.
Yes, he's the fellow that made the error on the Boa's ground ball. They gave Boa a base hit as Verizor had to move to his right to field the ball and threw very badly to first base. So Boa's on second base now with 1 out.
Durham looking for his first hit today. He's lined hard to center and bounced to short. Boa's at second. Boy, you'd like to get another run for Fergie here.
Oh, yes. That third run is very important.
1-0 to the Bulls. Smash.
Good hit.
In
Good
the
hit.
center.
All right.
Here comes Boa.
All right. 3-zip.
Durham laces one between the second baseman. Bachman, who took a dive, he just did get some leather on it, but certainly not enough to ever haul it down. And here it is again.
Second baseman Bachman tried to knock this ball down by making a dive. It just went off of his glove. He almost made a sensational play. And Durham gets his first RBI of the season.
Well, Governor, you called it. You said Buckner'd get up there and get you another run.
Any way we can.
Here's the second baseman making that dive. He wanted to keep the ball in front of him so Boa could only advance one base. But it went off of his glove into center field. And as we mentioned earlier, it was an indication that Scott was tired and couldn't go on because they've had pitchers warming up now for 2 innings. But the manager, George, decided to go another inning with the kid.
Puello and Orozco are throwing in their bullpen. Third time that Puello has been up. Now Durham, here's another guy who could bother that battery.
Yes, absolutely. And Moreland, his first hit here at Wrigley Field was into right field.
1 ball, 0-1. And you know the thing about Moreland on that pitch, it gave you another good indication. If he might know the strike zone as well as any young hitter we've seen. The ball was way out. He just went right out there with it. Almost like he anticipated going out there. No balls and a strike. Durham edging just a little bit, not going. Flying down the left side, but it is a foul ball. Boy, this crowd was ready for an opening day, and they're having fun, Governor.
That one was headed out of here. He just got a little round on a little too soon. That was gone.
Hey, Lou, you better watch out. The governor knows when a guy gets around too quickly. He got all these terms.
Listen, if you grew up in the city of Chicago on the west side, you know when a guy got around quickly, too.
How do you think he keeps in shape?
If you dealt with the legislature in Springfield for the last 6 years, you'd know it, too.
0-2. And he caught him looking. I think in that situation, Moreland was looking either for a breaking ball or a waste pitch or something.
He was looking for a waste pitch. Right here, first pitch, I'm going to guess that Durham will be taking off for an attempted steal of second base, even though Henderson, the right-handed hitter. We have to get another run, and we might as well gamble with Durham trying to steal and lead off the inning with Henderson if he's thrown out.
The most exciting part of the game was when they brought the sunglasses out, aside from the 3 runs.
There's their runner going. Stearns throws and got him. Stearns anticipating going up. He had a perfect pitch to throw off of, too, Lou.
I'm surprised the Cubs haven't been stealing more. They were supposed to be stealing this season, and yet it's been the Mets who've been running.
The pitch out made the play for New York. There goes Durham on the first pitch, but the pitch out, and a pitch out to a right-handed hitter, if you guess right, gives that catcher all the room in the world to make a perfect throw. That's exactly what Stearns did.
All right, it is now 3-0 Cubs.
Harry Caray and Milo Hamilton as we go into the top of the 7th inning. 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. A beautiful ball game. So far, Ferguson Jenkins going after his 48th career shutout.
Well, I tell you, after one little rocky spell there, Fergie has come back and gotten his act together. Cubs made some things happen, giving him a 3-run cushion to work with. This kind of weather, what do you think? They'd like to get another inning out of Fergie, Harry, or what?
Yeah, I noticed that bullpen is busy already with Willie Hernandez and Lee Smith. Here we go into the top of the 7th now.
Rick Sweet, pinch hitter.
All right, and the left-handed batter takes the first pitch in there for a strike call. Rick Sweet. There's a curveball a little bit outside. And the count is evened up at a ball and a strike. Ferguson Jenkins delivers, and it's foul back. Rick Sweet from Portland, Oregon. Left-handed batter, hit .277 at Tidewater. That shouldn't give Fergie too much trouble. Tidewater, 2 strikes on the ball. Pulled it foul. Lee Smith, the right-hander, Willie Hernandez, the left-hander, in the bullpen for the Cubs. 2 strikes on the ball. Ferguson Jenkins delivers. Boy, he almost got the fastball by him that time. Fergie gives you so much junk that every now and then he rears back and fires. And as often as not, he'll get it by you because you're so taken by surprise so completely. Jimmy Rittenberg here along with Chris King and a group, a busload of fans, have an executive suite. Here's a bouncing ball hit to Buckner. Big Hoppy's got it. 1 out. Well, Sweet turns sour for the Mets. 1 out. While it's cold, you can forgive puns like that when the weather's like... 1 out. Here's Mookie Wilson. I think I'd like Smoochie better.
Well, just put an S on there.
1 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th, the pitch to Wilson. He was going to bunt. He took it in there for a strikeout. I notice they're going to have a Leonardo da Vinci Award ball honoring Tom Lasorda at Faces Sunday, April the 18th. Wherever, if Lasorda is going to be honored, you know there's going to be a lot of food there.
And he'll get his share.
Here's a pitch a little bit low, almost hit him. A ball and a strike. Boy, I hope you're enjoying this game as much as we are up here, friends. And the unsung hero of this ball game is that crew of 200 or so who got that snow off the field and put this field in shape. And I tell you, a guy that was in charge of all that, Terry Bartholomew. Bartholomew was in charge of the ballpark. He directed them, and some 200 did his bidding. Ground ball to the first baseman, Buckner. 2 men are out. 2 up, 2 down. The Cubs are leading 3-0. Here's Wally Bachman. He's 1 out of 3 today. Beat out a bunt in the 5th. Fergie's had more trouble handling bunts than he has handling the hitters.
Boy, with that having to do it barehanded every time in this weather, you wonder how he could find the ball, let alone grip it.
Here's a pitch swung on way back. A deep drive might be out of here. It's off the top of the wall. And Bachman is on his way to second base with a double. Boy, that Bachman hit the ball a long way in the 3rd and was caught by Ty Waller. And this time he almost hit it out of here up against the ivy on the right field wall. And that'll bring up George Foster.
And that's also going to bring Lee Elia out of the dugout.
Lee comes out, and boy, I'd like to see this. You notice that he didn't wait till he got even to the foul line. He just motioned down to the bullpen. He figures on this cold day, the Ferguson Jenkins has gone just about far enough. And he's bringing in his hard-throwing right-hander, Lee Smith, to replace Ferguson Jenkins, who will get a tremendous hand from this crowd as he departs. There we go. Standing ovation. Well, as Lee Smith takes over, do we have a commercial here? Oh, you want to stay here? All right. I'd be happy to stay here with you, Arnie. Milo and I are very warm and cozy and comfortable. The only guy cold up here is Jack Rosenberg and Joe Cornejo. I don't know why they're shivering.
You know, go back to that instance of him going right out there and making up his mind. You remember we talked about that last night on the show we did together? But an ingredient that goes in there that a lot of the folks don't realize has already happened. In the last inning when they were all sitting on the bench, you can bet that Billy Connors and Lee and Fergie, either 2 or 3, and maybe you talked it over and said, look, something starts to happen here with me now. And they might have even said, now, if you give up a ball that's hit hard, we figure that's another signal. We're going to come and get you. And Fergie's interested in winning ball games. He's not being a hero doesn't do you any good.
Absolutely, and that's what you got your bullpen out there for. Now, with the score 3-0 in favor of the Cubs, there are 2 out. Bachman is the runner at second base as a result of the best hit ball today off Ferguson Jenkins, a double high off the ivy in right field. And now George Foster, who had been easy for Ferguson Jenkins his first 3 times at bat, will be coming up to face a flamethrower in Lee Smith. Tall, rangy right-hander, I guess in sheer velocity, without a doubt is the best pitcher on the staff, in that he throws a ball consistently around 92, 93 miles an hour. Stands 6'5", 220. Well, we got some big pitchers. Fergie's about 6'4", 6'5". Fergie's 6'5", and Lee Smith is 6'5". Arnie Harris is using his cameras to show you the crowd, and as you will notice, we have very few of the people have left, cold or no cold. It was 34 degrees at game time, but they're enjoying the first home game of the new season. Here's George Foster. One good thing about bringing in your relief pitcher with Foster up there, even should he hit one, you'd still be leading, because the lead is 3 and not 2. So there he is, the highly salaried star of the Mets. There's a good shot from center field and the fastball outside. 1 ball, no strike. I want to compliment the crew again. I mean, you almost take them for granted because they are so renowned as far as telecasting sports and baseball in particular. But sometimes you just take it for granted that they're going to do the great job they do, but I think they've added the utilization of another camera now. I think they use 5. And almost from every possible angle, you get tremendous coverage. Milwaukee leading at Toronto 6-0 at the end of 2 innings. 2 balls, no strikes on Foster. Foul ball out of play. 2 balls and a strike. 34 degrees, a wind out of the southwest at 13 miles an hour, so it's blowing twice as hard now as it was earlier. 2 balls and a strike. What's that guy's name in? What? Hey, had a cut. 2 balls, 2 strikes. What's that organist's name? 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. George Foster 0 for 3. He had 1 out of 3 yesterday as the Mets beat the Phillies and drove in a run. Had a double. Today, Jenkins stopped him 0 for 3. Two pitch. Fouled it back. Boy, this guy has a great stroke. He's hit as many as 52 home runs in one major league season. Not too many players in the history of baseball have ever had a year when they hit better than 50 in the major leagues, but this guy is one of them. Mays did it, Greenberg did it, Foster did it. I think Killebrew did it. I don't know whether Mantle did it.
He did it the same year that Maris hit 61.
That's right, and Maris, of course, hit more than 50.
Johnny Mize?
Did he hit 50? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled it back. And the count stays evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. They got a good look at Keith Moreland. See those funny signs they give? That's why they have to change him sometimes with a runner at second base. There you see him again. He's got nervous fingers, doesn't he? Boy, he tried to crossfire him and sidearm him, and Foster fouled it off. Some people in baseball think that Lee Smith makes a mistake when he goes to that crossfire because he doesn't throw the ball as hard that way as he does his natural way. But who's to say? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch. Hey, foul tip. Just barely ticked that ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 7th. Here it is. Hey, struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, no error. 1 left. Watch this pitch again. And we go in the bottom of the 7th. The score. The Cubs 3, the Mets nothing. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey! The first ever official program magazine of the Cubs is available in April. Send $2.50 to Cubs program, P.O. Box 25157, Chicago 60625.
Number 28, outfielder Steve Henderson.
Steve Henderson will lead it off. In the bottom of the seventh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the security has been ordered that anyone throwing...
Yeah, Johnny Mize hit 51 homers. Here are the guys who have hit 50 or more. Roger Maris, 61. Babe Ruth, 60. Ruth also had a year where he hit 59. Jimmy Fox, Hank Greenberg, Hack Wilson. Babe Ruth again a third time had better than 50. Ralph Kiner, who's here broadcasting for the Mets, hit 54. Mickey Mantle hit 54 and 52. Willie Mays and George Foster each hit 52. Kiner had another year when he hit 51. Mize hit 51. Willie Mays hit 51. And Jimmy Fox. So those are the 50-plus home run hitters. Steve Henderson leading it off in the bottom of the seventh with the Cubs out in front. 3-0. There's a little pop fly that Backman will grab. Henderson popped to Backman. One away.
Number 23, third baseman, Ryan Sandberg.
Who's pitching for you? There's a strike called. Charlie Puello's the new pitcher. There's a little tap. Sandberg is going to be retired again. The kid is in a little bit of a slump, but he's playing a great defensive game. Sandberg is 0 for 3 today and 0 for 9 for the year. Hey, you some kind of crazy? How about that? 2 men up, 2 men down, 34 degrees, and the guy's bareback. Ty Waller at the plate, 2 out, nobody on. Waller had an infield hit in the 5th and walked. Pulelo in relief. Scott worked 6 innings, allowed 3 runs, 6 hits. There's a high pop fly, should be caught. Backman has it. And the Cubs go down easily, 1, 2, 3. At the end of 7, it's the Cubs 3, the Mets nothing. Caray and Milo Hamilton as we go now into the 8th inning. Here's Dave Kingman. He's 0 for 3 today, struck out 1. Lee Smith in relief. Hold on, Milo. I'd like to shut these guys out.
Well, you got a big inning right here with Kingman and Valentine and Stearns. Get by those guys and take your chances in the 9th.
Here's Lee Smith's first pitch. Swung, and he missed, and he just buzzed by him. You know, there are no lights in this ballpark, and it's getting dark, and it's cold. And I would imagine with Lee Smith throwing the ball 93 miles an hour, it might be a little tough to see. He swung, and he missed again. 2 strikes and nothing.
Bamberger's got his bullpen busy again. It's Orozco. He's up for the 2nd time.
2 strikes and nothing. Nobody on or out. High fly ball should be caught. Durham waving for it. 1 away. Kingman flies out to Durham.
Give you an idea of the way they play him to pull. That bull's almost in center, and the right fielder makes the play.
It shows you that Smith is throwing the ball about 92 or 93. One away. Here's Ellis Valentine. He had a bloop single in the fourth. Bill Buckner has the big hit so far, a 2-run homer. There's a strike. Boy, Smith is really popping that ball in there. One out. That pitch gets away. And it's evened up at the ball on a strike. A group of 90 here from Princeton, Illinois. 2 balls and a strike. They're here, a group of 28 from McHenry, Illinois. He had a cut and he missed. They hear from Hartshafter and Marks. Tommy and the gang here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Valentine digging in. Fouled it out of play into the right field corner.
One of our fans who hasn't missed an opening day in years, Harry, and a tough way to miss it. A broken leg. Seal Michaels. So get that thing better and get out here.
Absolutely. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit. Valentine singles to left. And so the Mets now. Here comes Billy Connors, the pitching coach of the Cubs. With 1 out, Valentine singles to left. We want to show you, in case you're watching the game late and didn't see it. Here's the home run on a 3-1 count that Billy Buckner hit. Now, look at it. It's right up at the back row. Almost went out on the Sheffield Avenue. Here's Stearns, the catcher. This guy can run for a catcher and has a great arm. Good pitch in there at the knee. 1 strike and nothing. The fact that Ellie Valentine was able to pull Lee Smith would indicate that he tried to change speeds. And I think that's why Billy Connors, the pitching coach, went out there.
Said, I got you out there to bring it. Don't fool around with it.
There's a pitch foul out of play. Into the upper deck. 2 strikes and nothing. 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. Cubs will take over the Eastern Division lead with a victory. Whoa, that should have been an easy chance. Larry Boa still gets it. Holy cow, what a play by Boa after Lee Smith would have had an easy double play. Watch this play. This ball is not hit hard at all. Well, look at that. He's out of position. He deflects it. That really makes it tough on Boa. Bare hand pickup. Is that a great play or not?
Oh, what a reaction. Big guy like Smith just falling off toward the first base side. But it did look like he had time to come back and get it,
Yeah,
though.
it did. I think he thought maybe the ball was hit harder than it really was. Well, we got an out on it anyway, but now they got a man in scoring position, and here is Hubie Brooks. 2 out. 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. Had a beauty in there, a strike call. 1 strike and nothing. Same 2 teams tomorrow afternoon. A little bit inside to even the count. A ball and a strike. The Cubs scored on a 2-run homer by Bill Buckner in the 4th, and a base hit by Durham, driving in a run in the 6th. Just missed outside. 2 balls and a strike, 2 men are out, 8th inning. That's a good shot. Now watch Moreland. Strike! A beauty at the knee. Boy, I tell you, if he can throw the ball in that spot every time, nobody will ever get a hit.
And keep the ball away. Brooks is capable of hurting you if you make a mistake with that pitch inside, Harry.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Keith Moreland, he of the flashing fingers. He got it high, ball 3. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, Willie Hernandez limbering in the bullpen. A full count. Tom Reiser on deck. Hey, fouled it back into the upper deck.
I got to believe if Brooks reaches over, Reiser never comes to the plate. Because they've got a guy down around the batting cage, number 1, and they've got Baylor warming up down in their bullpen area. He would be their new shortstop if they would go that far. But Smith can take care of all of that.
With a 3-2 count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He fouled it back again. And the count still is full. The Cubs are leading 3-0, the ball game of the 8th. A wintry day in Chicago. But we did get the ball game in, much to the satisfaction of the big crowd. 3-2 delivery. Hey! Struck him out to retire the side. Watch this swing. He tried to stop, but Brooks went around. Now look how far that bat goes. I've seen guys hit home runs with less swings than that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go into the bottom of the 8th. It's the Cubs 3, the Mets nothing. Caray with Milo Hamilton, and we go into the bottom of the 8th. Hopefully this will be the last time at bat for the Cubs today, because if they don't bat in the 9th, you know they've already won the ball game. Cubs fever, how about that? It's amazing at that how few of the people have left this ballpark.
Well, we got to figure, hey, if I came out through this, I'm going to see the finish.
Dallas Green, the general manager of the Cubs, executive vice president, big smile on his face. Here's Lee Smith batting for the first time. One strike and nothing. 3-0 in favor of the Cubs. Cubs won opening day 3-2. And then we're beaten 6-2 after holding the Cincinnati Reds to 2 runs for 7 innings. So their starting pitching has been outstanding.
Be hard to fault the 3 guys that trotted out there so far.
Boy, if they can continue to get that kind of pitching from their starters, what a year this is going to be around Wrigley Field. 3 balls and a strike to count. There's a strike. Charlie Palaio stands 6'3", 26 years old. The pitch is what is that? Ball 4, it should be. But Lee Smith is walking. I guess he just wants a jacket. Yeah, he just wants to get a jacket. So Palaio walks Lee Smith. Boy, is he a big man or is he a big man? Vukovic is about 6'2" himself, and Lee Smith towers over him. Look at Kingman. Kingman's 6'6". Now let's see how tall Lee Smith is next. Look at this. Lee Smith makes him look small until he crouches. Now here is Bump Wells, who's fanned 3 times. Ball outside. Bump is 5 out of 11 for the year now. He just couldn't zero in. He couldn't read Mike Scott. Getting colder. High pop fly on the infield. Verizon backing out of the grass. Makes the catch. Wills is 0 for 4 for the day. And here now is Larry Boa. 2 out of 3, scored 2 runs and made a brilliant defensive play. There's a strike on the outside corner. I imagine the pubs in the neighborhood will do a land office business when this game is over, because a lot of these fans are going to want a libation or two to warm up with. There's a strike off. Gordy McKenzie coaching at third. John Vukovic at first. 1 out and 1 on. That's wide. Well, back to normalcy tomorrow after the hoopla of opening day. Doug Bird due to pitch tomorrow. Larry Boa held up in time. Milwaukee walloping Toronto 7-0 in the 4th. 1 o'clock ball game tomorrow. Ordinarily, all home games are played at 1. Backman has it out at second base on a force play. Saboa forces Lee Smith. And here's Bill Buckner coming out. Did I say 1 o'clock? I mean 1:15 game. 1 o'clock is the leadoff man. Milo will have the leadoff man program at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and then the game itself at 1:15. Here's Buckner. He's 1 out of 3, drove in 2 runs with a long home run to the top row of the right center field bleachers. Charlie Paleo delivers. Fastball high. Now some of the fans beginning to head homeward. Still a very good crowd in the stand. Runner back. You know, I went to the press box before the game, Milo, and man, oh man, with the New York writers and the Chicago writers and all the wire service writers like Joe Musial and so forth, I couldn't help but think, what in the world would you do if you had a World Series here? Where would you put the writers alone?
You have to block out a section somewhere.
2 balls, no strikes. We'll worry about that when it happens.
Yeah, I think if it happens, you'll find a place.
You're watching the Cubs baseball on WGN Channel 9, Chicago. There we are. And some of our advertisers there, huh? Buckner had a good cut. Wow. He's sorry he didn't hit that one because that was in his wheelhouse. 3 balls and a strike. This is the count when he hit his homer. Buckner for the year now is 5 out of 12. With 1 home run and 2 runs batted in. The Cubs will be 2-1 for the season if they hold this lead. Larry Boa is the runner at first with 2 out. There goes a runner. High pop foul back. Out of play. And now Boa will be going again because this is the automatic hit and run with 2 out and 3-2. Boy, nothing dumb about these women around here. They're all in their fur coats. Some of the guys are in their fur coats too. There you see them. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, they give you some great shots on Channel 9, don't they? Great work. 3-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Ball 4, he walked it. Well, maybe on this opening day, Leon Durham will get $500 right here for Lindblom High School. But no, George Bamberger is going to take the percentage and bring in the left-hander to face Durham. He feels he's still in the ballgame, losing only 3-0. So he's going to try to stop him right here with the new pitcher, Orozco. Orozco is the new pitcher. Jesse Orozco. O-R-O-S-C-O. Out of Santa Barbara, California, 1-9, lost 5 at Tidewater with a 3.31 earned run average.
And he was with them a little bit at the end of the year. He was in 8 games. Didn't win any, lost 1. Had an excellent ERA, however, of 1.59. He's a strikeout pitcher. Last year in 17 innings in the big leagues, he had 18 strikeouts.
Hey, look what I got. Tony Cassetto has come up with a net. Is this my old net? Oh, it's got. Tony's with Toyota. Oh, we got an extension and everything.
We got the extension.
Thank you. And may it catch many a baseball. This net is so good and so big, you may ruin my perfect record of never having caught one. You're getting a look here at Jesse Orozco. Nice Italian boy, maybe. With the Cubs leading here 3-0. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Tony Cassetto from South Holland has brought a net up here for our use, and we sincerely appreciate it. Durham has proven that he can hit left-hand pitching, and that's what he will be facing here. You know, Milo is no doubt about the Cubs having been improved over a year ago, but let me tell you something. I don't think there's any question but the Mets are an improved ball club over what they were a year ago.
Well, they've got 2 people now who can play every day that they've been looking for a while. Number 1, they wanted a third baseman. Brooks has done that for them. They wanted a center fielder who could truly go get the ball. Wilson certainly fits that bill. The next thing is they're playing with a couple of youngsters in the middle.
Yeah. All right, here's Leon Durham, and of course they've added power with Foss.
Oh, no doubt about it. And if Valentine can play for them, he's healthy, he'll help them.
So here's Leon Durham drove it around in the 6th. He's 1 out of 3. Oresco's pitch. Into the dirt. Good save by Stearns. Stearns was hurt most of last year, but he looks like a good receiver.
He's a good catcher, and he loves to throw. And you know when it's obvious that he needs to throw, but he loves to throw down to first base.
You got a great arm. Whenever you got an arm that good, you'd like to throw. Runners at first and second. 2 out. Leon Durham trying to add to his RBI total for the day. Fouled it out of play into the stands on the third base side. The skies have darkened.
One of the 3 biggest hands of the day was when the sun came out. Instead of everybody scurrying for their sunglasses.
A 1-1 delivery. Now there's a runner off second, stealing third base. Larry Boa steals third. I'm surprised Buckner didn't follow him on to second, but maybe he was caught by surprise. Now runners at first and third, 2 out. 3-0, the Cubs lead. Jesse Oresco facing Leon Durham. Whoa, into the dirt. I tell you, Larry Boa is bothering him. Larry almost broke for the plate as if he were going to steal.
He was up the line 25, 30 feet.
And it really bothered Oresco, the left-hander, and now Kingman goes over to settle him down.
Almost wild pitched in another run for you.
There's Larry Boa. And there you have Bill Buckner. Dave Kingman talking to the pitcher. Trying to settle him down a little bit so he knocks a little dirt out of his spikes. The governor, quite a Cub fan, isn't he?
Boy, he really is, I tell you, and he's knowledgeable, too. He picked out a couple of things, and they both happened while he was up here.
3 balls and a strike. Runners at first and third. Jesse Oresco.
Bothered him again, made him step off.
Here's Larry down the line. Maybe the distraction will give Durham a good pitch to hit. Fouls it out of play. He did get that good pitch to hit, too. But he just fouled it off.
And Leon saying, hey, you got one, you should have driven it.
Now the count full, and Buckner will go with the pitch. Larry Boa is the runner at third. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Moreland due next. Yeah, boy, I tell you, Larry Boa is driving this guy crazy out there. Now Stearns goes out to settle him down.
And it's not the first time today that Boa's antics on the bases have given us a little something to help. You got to believe that he made that pitcher do a lot of things when he was on first base before Buckner's homer that both the pitcher and the catcher didn't want to do.
No question about it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Milwaukee leading Toronto 7-2 at the end of 4. There goes Buckner. Swung on. There's a long drive into left field. And it's twisting in the foul territory. And we'll repeat the situation with Durham at the plate. Now Boa's talking to Buckner, who's at third base. He'll cut across the diamond to first base. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runners first and third. Jesse Oresco, the left-handed pitcher. The pitch. Fouled it back again. Now Boa, just before Buckner started for second, Boa took a quick step towards the plate. He's trying to play a little game with Oresco's mind. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now he wants a new baseball.
Stearns almost as much as saying, hey, worry about the hitter.
Leon Durham digging in. There you see the feisty little shortstop of the Cubs. Look at that lead he's got. And no wonder he's bothering Orozco. And Hubie Brooks is playing very wide to the bag. Now look at Boa. Look where he is. The pitch. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Moreland. And this crowd is really alive now, and again they're going to have a little huddle around the mound.
A fellow who pitched a no-hitter in this town. Bill Buckner
is right.
Pitched a no-hitter the night that Early Wynn was going for 300 one night, and all this guy did was pitch the no-hitter.
He was with the Red Sox then, wasn't he?
That's right. Nice to see him get a chance to come to the big leagues. He's been down in the minor league system, roving pitching coach. Now I get a chance to get back up here and taste the good life again.
There's Keith Moreland. He's 4 out of 11 for the season. He comes up with the bases loaded. Moreland has had 1 grand slam in his life. And Jack Rosenberg points it out for me in the National League Green Book. Will he go for number 2 right here? There's a drive into left field, and it's a base hit. 1 run in, another man going to score. A runner going to third, safe. Moreland goes into second. Oh, a sinking line drive. Foster tried for a shoestring catch, but he trapped the ball. Watch the replay. The ball is hit on the nose. Boy, Moreland can swing that bat. Now watch Foster. Good try here. But see when the ball hit the grass? Watch it from another angle here. See that? No doubt about it.
And another fellow who will go unnoticed on that play, but who kept everybody from having a beef if it had been any question at all. Dick Stello ran out into the outfield grass about 50 feet to make sure he had the best possible look at it.
That's what you call hustling umpiring. So now the Cubs are leading 5-0. And Moreland has taken over the team lead in RBIs with 4. Runners at second and third, and Henderson hitless today. Hey, had a cut, but he chased a bad ball. 5-0 in favor of the Cubs. Orozco has given up a walk and a 2-run double, and you can credit much of that to Larry Bowa's presence on third base. He was driving him crazy, jockeying back and forth. Swung and he fouled it back. Hey, how's our new public address announcer done today? I haven't caught him making any mistakes, have you?
No. And it's amazing he hasn't sung a note yet.
I thought he was going to sing the national anthem.
I think he will a lot of the time during the year, but I think opening day,
it's a lot of work,
festivity, yeah. And his son will be with him a few times before the year's over, Adam.
Fly ball, center field. Mookie Wilson is there to retire the side. So Henderson flies out, but the Cubs score 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors charged, 2 left at the end of 8. The Chicago Cubs 5, the New York Mets nothing. Fergie Jenkins will be the winner here in this ball game if the Cubs hold this lead. Every indication certainly is that they will. Well, I guess breaking of the jinx, the Billy Goat jinx, will get credit for some of this victory here today.
You don't think they'd let that go by? Let calling it to somebody's attention.
Sam Cianis was here with his Billy Goat. First time since 45.
Harry, the fellows on the crew that you alluded to earlier, they have a good pal that worked with them many, many years, who's home watching today, Chuck Seatsba, and they all want to be remembered.
Oh, I know Chuck, yeah.
The bubble, the chewing gum man.
We certainly want to pass along our best. Here's Mike Jorgensen, the pinch hit. Mike Jorgensen, a first baseman outfielder. Jorgensen was hitless yesterday against the Phillies. There's a strike call. Lee Smith can pick up a save here. Swung and he missed. The paid attendance, 26,091. That's the turnstile count. Actually, they had a sellout here today. But in the National League, they only... Strike three call. Jorgensen, the pinch hitter, is called out on strikes. That's Smith's third strikeout.
He didn't let up on that fastball.
No, he did not.
Batting for Disney Broncos, number 21, Gary Rajsich.
Gary Rajsich, an infielder, a left-handed batter, to 277 at Tidewater, will bat now for Oresco. That's 3 strikeouts for Lee Smith. There's a good fastball in there, a strike call. He's really bringing it.
Well, that's what that other 2 runs gives him, too. Gives him the luxury of just being able to sit back and let her go.
Fergie Jenkins will have scored his victory here today, and Lee Smith will be picking up his first save. 2 strikes and nothing on Rajsich. Fouled it out of play. Jenkins only needs about 36 victories to reach the 300 mark. And then something like that. I know he's getting close. There's the 36 strikeouts for 3,000. Hey, there's a tap right back to Lee Smith, who barehands the ball. Easy out. 2 gone. 1 more and it's all over.
Jenkins would get 265 today, so that'd be 35 away.
Yeah.
3 strikeouts, and the countdown is on. Boy, those 3,000 strikeouts are a great milestone, too, and he's going to get that in the first month or so.
So a couple of red leather days coming up for Fergie Jenkins before his career will be finished. 2 out, nobody on. Here's Mookie Wilson. He's 1 out of 4. Strike call. Cubs going for their first shutout of the new year.
Only had 2 all last year, Harry.
I think last year they lost 13 out of their first 14. This year they will have won 2 out of their first 3. What a difference a day makes.
24 little hours.
Hey, all right. They call us the odd couple. We might be a singing team. Who knows? Strike 2.
All we got to do is get jackets that look alike.
2 men are out. Listen to the crowd. They're up on their feet. Watch him now. They look for this 3rd strike. A little tap. Sandberg fires. Cubs win. And the Cubs have won their home opener. Look at those players around that infield. You think that they aren't indoctrinated with a winning spirit? Look at them. You think they just won a pennant. And snowballs go flying through the air. The Chicago Cubs have won 2 out of their first 3. Billy Connors congratulating Lee Smith. And it's 1, 2, 3. An inning and a third of brilliant relief by Lee Smith. And it's nothing across here in the 9th. 5-0. The Cubs win it. We'll be back with the totals and highlights in a moment. Milo Hamilton back at the ballpark. A beautiful ball game for the home opener. Better than 26,000 paid. Many more seats than that had been sold. Many prefer not to risk the inclement weather. Was 34 degrees, but I'm sure everybody in this crowd was tickled to death that they were here in person, because the Cubs got brilliant pitching, fine defense, timely hitting, the long ball when they needed it, and that's the game-winning hit, Buckner's 2-run homer. And Milo, all in all, this is the way to get a season started.
And that little element that we talked about that won't show in a box score because the stolen bases weren't a big total, but the jockeying around of Boa certainly got Boa Buckner a pitch that he get hit out. Then rattled the next pitcher to give Smith some insurance that made it easy for him in the 9th inning.
Well, for Lee Smith, it has to be a real confidence builder, too, because he came in there, pitched 2 1/3 innings of relief, picked up his first save, allowed only 1 hit, struck out 3 while he was in there, and was just an overpowering right-handed pitcher. Larry Bowa distinguished himself. I think these fans saw, and you saw in the tube, why we were so high all spring long about the impact of a Larry Bowa on this ball club. Something they haven't had before, a leader, a winner.